Great Tuesday evening, April 20th, 2021. To God be the glory for yet another closing of a beautiful night. I thought about it earlier. We were talking about the 20s, this being the first set of those numbers for this month, for this year. And then the Lord was like, Michelle, April 20th. And yeah, 17 years ago, is that? No, 14 years ago, 2007, that's when the Lord transitioned my mom. She was taken and she is resting in his bosom. But it's so funny. I was on a call this evening and 5 of us had lost their mothers. One where she lost her mother a month before giving birth. So she was a new mother. She now has 4 children, and she and her mom were like best friends, like how close I was with my mom. And she was so thankful that at least her mom saw the ultrasound of her first child. But the Lord took her mom away, and it was painful, but the Lord gave her so much comfort, peace, and strength. Another person who was on the call, she just lost her mom last year. This coming July will be the 1-year anniversary. And then another person on the call lost her mother, I believe, 10 years. It would be the week after Mother's Day. And then another person on the call lost her mother. So it's just something how, and then just finding out someone who I really admire. I didn't know that she passed last week, and she's leaving her son, or she left her son, and they were close. So it's something about a mother. But listen, even in the midst of loss, the Lord wants us to think thoughts that are life producing and not full of death. And a book that we were reviewing tonight is called Love, Medicine, and Miracles. And this author, he's 88 years old. He's a former surgeon. And he was just talking about the power and all the tools and the mechanisms that the Lord has planted in our body so that we can go through a healing process with our thoughts, our mind, with our inner resources. It's just powerful how the Lord has put everything within us, and we can just change the trajectory a lot of times by what we say and the thoughts that we choose. And we hear this in the background. The Lord gave me the song over a decade ago called A Renewed Mind. For my mind is renewed on the things of the Lord. I have joy, I have love, because all my thoughts are ordered from above. Perfect peace belongs to me because my mind is stayed on thee. Let this mind be in you, which was in Christ Jesus too. We're in 1 Samuel, the 29th chapter, and it talks about someone who I kind of admired, even though he was kind of like almost in the Philistine camp, but he was a leader and he spoke so positively. And sometimes we have to give feedback to someone, but we want to keep it positive, even though it might be in a negative situation. But this man's name was Achish, and he was just telling David, look, you're a good guy. You are dependable. You have done great things. It's just that the people who are with us in the Philistines, they don't want you with us because they recall like how, you were able to triumph over Goliath. So Achish says in verse 6, you are a dependable man. You campaigning is a good thing. I've never found anything wrong with you from the day you came. It's just that, the Philistines, they don't want you with us. Okay? So he ended up saying, look, leave in peace. And he said in verse 10, don't worry about the unkind words that they said. Don't worry about those unkind words. What do you have to say about that? How do you deal with criticism or feedback, Timotheus? Are you able to be open? Or what about when you have to give feedback to someone else? Well, this is a good structure. It's called the sandwich method. Start with something positive, then give the meat where they need to like correct something, but then always end with something positive. And that's what H's did. Yeah. Well, that's just something in the future when you're going to be a leader and you're going to have to give your subordinates or your team some feedback. Think about H's, how he said, you're a good man. But you know what? It's because they don't trust you. You know, they don't know you, but you need to leave. Okay, you have to be honest. You got to be authentic, but then end with something hopeful. Yeah. All right. Anything about that? Well, Proverbs 20. Did you get anything from Proverbs 20? Well, the Lord will search us. If we have some thoughts that are not pleasing to him or something that's in our heart, verse 27, the spirit of a man is the candle of the Lord. Looking at this light, the Lord will illuminate, and he will search the inward parts of the belly, of the mind, of the heart, of our whole being. And if there are some thoughts that are not pleasing to him or self-defeating or causing sickness or unwellness, if that's a word, look, the Lord will regulate our mind. He will show us, he will indicate, and he will point us into the way of everlasting. Search me, O Lord, try my heart and see if there's any wicked way in me. Yeah, that's what he wants. He wants us to have clarity. He wants us to have power so that we can live this abundant life. What do you got to say about that? That's good stuff. That's good stuff. That's the word. So enjoy the power of the Lord, and let's make sure that our mind is aligned with Christ. Enjoy.